Well, I have to give credit to my mother. She was the peacemaker in our family. She had an incredible sense of fairness. In fact, I never heard her say an unkind word against anyone. And then when I went to Elder High School, it was an environment, actually a culture, that was committed to academic excellence, to community service, and also a life based on spiritual principles. Well, actually, my origins with NCCJ go back much further to Cincinnati, all the way to the 80s. We had something called a police youth live-in there that I was instrumental in supporting throughout my career and various assignments, where basically put police officers and youth together and for a weeks-long experience and literally find magic, truly transformation occurring. So I had that history coming here and also worked with NCCJ on basically a way of measuring diversity and inclusion. I was part of a committee that worked on that in Cincinnati. I had the opportunity to meet Pat Meadows probably very early in my tenure as chief. And then about 2 years ago, we formed a formal partnership to literally partner police and youth together and see if we couldn't recreate some of that magic. Obviously, I've got a little bit of a bias toward the Police and Youth Together initiative, but it's really, I think the key here is not necessarily the initiatives, although they're clearly important. It is about evaluating those initiatives. And so I think what I would say in terms of what's important for NCCJ, it is to do critical assessment of all the programs and to see, are we really having the impact that we want to have in the community? So I think that's what I would say would be important in moving forward. Actually, when I was with the Community Police Partnering Center prior to coming to Dayton, one of my themes for one of the years of my staff was get comfortable with being uncomfortable. We have to interact with members of our community. We need to have cross-cultural experiences. And to do that, we have to get out of our comfort zone. There's truth in every culture, and there's blindness to truth in every culture. My life has been enormously enriched by stepping outside of my own culture and exploring other cultures. For whatever reason, Eastern philosophy and Eastern practices have always captured my imagination. I've been a yoga practitioner for 20 plus years and have taught periodically over the past several years. I'm always promoting within our organization and our personnel mindfulness or critical thinking. Let's not move to judgment immediately. Let's try to examine whatever the issue is from multiple perspectives. What can we learn? What can we discover that we are not seeing because we're looking through a very narrow lens? We deal with very traumatic events. So if we don't maintain a sense of balance, if we don't maintain an open perspective, we're not going to be effective in doing what we do. Actions do speak louder than words, and I think Gandhi said it best. Be the change you seek in the world. So all of us need to act in ways to create a more just, more inclusive, greater equality in our community. I don't really think so much it's spreading the message, it's living the message. All of us have a circle of influence. All of us have the ability to have an impact in our individual lives. And so the opportunity is there every day to take some meaningful, thoughtful action to make the kind of community in which we all want to live. So some of us say, well, these problems are too big. Well, operate within your individual realm of influence every day to promote justice, to promote equality, to promote inclusion. Doing that, you'll find, quite honestly, your life and the lives of those around you transformed. I would want to thank all friends, family, colleagues, community members who really have made this journey as police chief for the past 5 years such a rich and rewarding one. And certainly credit goes to them for, I think, making me a better police chief. So I feel like I perhaps am not old enough or have not done enough to be the recipient of this really wonderful award, but I will graciously accept it on behalf of all the humanitarians in our community who work so hard to make Greater Dayton such a great place to live.